Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with the daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera or Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask if you guys could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Just takes 3 seconds, and it truly does help a lot. You guys have no idea. So with that in mind, let's just jump in and let's talk about the market. Let's hit that F5 and let's refresh real quick. So we are currently up about 4.52% on the total global crypto market cap. Like I said, I'm still just waiting for some validation on Bitcoin. We'll most likely range here. We'll have some good days. We'll have some bad days. But realistically speaking, it's only going to be like, 5 to 10% jumps with, 5 to 10% pullbacks until we do finally hit that point where the market is ready. And I do suspect that that is around the end of this month still. I've been talking to you guys about that. Pay attention to around like the 20th of December. And with that in mind, we are closing the gap here closely. So, I'm watching the market close. I am watching, of course, Hbar, as you guys do know. I'm still holding very strong. I know a lot of people are kind of, a little bit panicky, but we are up about 12.66% on Hbar. Things are looking fairly good. Nothing too crazy, but of course, this is a fairly good jump. And we do see the trading volume is up about 90%. It's pretty significant, nothing too crazy overall, but still, this is some good volume. It's still some good, price action. But of course, it's not so much about, hey, let's check out altcoins. It's more so still watching Bitcoin and watching Ethereum closely. Now, of course, on the 24-hour, there are some assets that are up significantly, 27, 26, 22, 21, 20%. And of course, it kind of diminishes there. But we do see Hbar is still at the top tier as, an asset that has been increasing in terms of price. Now, like I said, it is still up about almost 17%, which is something to not disregard, but I'm just saying, we still have a long ways to go to get back to our demand zones of about like almost 36 cents on Hbar, and of course on Bitcoin, we are still watching the 53.5K to 56K level. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about some interesting things in regards of, the Hedera ecosystem. So first off, we always look at why Hedera is the #1 choice. And of course, if you guys are new here, if you guys don't know why they are the #1 choice, you could pretty much read this Hedera for the enterprise, great solutions. And of course, this does talk more so about the new Web3, and it does talk about pretty much the future of this as well. This is through, transparency, through data standards and bolstered trust. And of course, Hedera is the only public DLT suited to meet the performance, security, and stability requirements of today's enterprise businesses. Now, I know we talk a lot about the GC members and people who are building on, Hedera. We always talk about the benefits of the use cases as well, and we talk pretty much about everything in regards to Hedera. But I do also want to talk to you guys about some specific use cases and why I do believe that these are very good for Hedera. But I also do want to talk to you guys about the IWA, or the Interwork Alliance. We're going to be talking about that and addressing that, and really kind of talking more so about why that is significant. So first off, we talk about Canopy, right? They launched their decentralized cannabis herbarium on Hedera, and they're also licensing platform, which is going to pretty much give people their own strains. They're pretty much going to own the strains, and that's going to be pretty cool. I mean, when we're talking about, tokenization, NFTs, and stuff like that, I do believe that this market is also set to be disrupted by it as well. So, I think that licensing specific cannabis strains is going to be very interesting, especially utilizing Hedera. And of course, we do know that this market is growing extremely rapid. And I have talked to you guys about Canopy right in the past, and I have talked to you guys about the future of like music and stuff. But I do want to read you guys one specific quote from this article that stood out to me, and that was, intellectual property rights is a domain that has long been in need of the computational trust that distributed ledgers, which the Hedera network is, or in particular, can provide. We recommend Canopy Right on their innovative approach to tackling the challenge of IP rights for growers, and believe their architecture can serve as a model for those in their industry and others who want to support creators and create transparency and ownership models for intellectual property of all kinds. Now, like I said, this is one use case that of course is small in comparison to like banks and stuff like that, that we do know a lot of individuals, always go crazy about, but still, this is incredible as a use case because it doesn't show you just what is going to be, pretty much, given property rights to, right? This is going to be any intellectual property at some point in time. Yeah, sure. This is also very big. In fact, I do believe that the cannabis market is set to get really disrupted and actually blow very soon once it does get fully legalized, which I suspect is going to happen at some point in time. Now we do see here, we are providing a novel solution to cannabis breeders to focus on their craft, protect their work product, and scale their businesses in a way that will democratize and benefit the entire industry. So this is fully disruptive technology, fully disruptive innovation as well to a massive market of just one. Okay, and I suspect that this is going to grow and grow and grow more. Kind of a pun there, if you will, but still, it's something that is really going to be, something that really kind of prospers into a new age of technology or innovative technology, which is going to give, intellectual, pretty much insights on what you are really going to see have rights, which is, of course, intellectual property. I mean, something like this should have had rights a very long time ago, but now we are seeing that come to fruition. Now we also see SKUX partners with Hedera Hashgraph to bring trust, transparency, and fraud-free transactions to consumer offers and settlement. Now, we haven't really dove deep on SKUX in the past, but we've talked about it here and there. But I do want to talk to you guys about this as well because this is breakthrough. It's pretty much a breakthrough new fintech category of payment-based offers called SKU Pay. Now this is set to replace today's archaic world of coupons, rebates, offers, and settlement. Unlike paper or even digital coupons, SKU Pay offers are payments, and each offer is serialized, trackable, and redeemable only once, becoming an unconvertible currency that virtually eliminates fraud and misredemption. Now, I know, again, this is something that a lot of people think is something small, but truly it is something massive. This is disruptive technology, and of course the Hedera network exponentially enables SKUX's platform to deliver computational trust and transparency at scale to the entire retail offer ecosystem, including retailers, e-commerce businesses, consumer brands, and marketing agencies. This is going to bleed into everyday retail use. I've always said it. Okay, I've always said it, and I've said it in a confident way that almost every individual will be utilizing technology that could be, Hedera, it could be XRP, it could be any sort of asset in this space. They're going to be utilizing it without knowing it. This is a perfect example of that. Our partnership with Hedera Hashgraph is a major step forward in advancing the first phase of our founding vision towards applying distributed ledger technology for the entire supply chain of an offer, from issuance to redemption to settlement. Understand how many transactions this is going to be on the Hedera network. It will be critical in this new retail era to have seamless and trusted payment transactions for all retailers, brands, and consumers. The Hedera network represents the gold standard in enterprise-grade distributed ledger technology for ensuring trusted and decentralized transactions at massive scale. This is going to be huge. And I believe that Mance Harmon, who is the CEO and co-founder of Hedera, said it perfectly here. Payment-based offers and settlements are the next evolution of retail. At their core, they align with Hedera's mission of creating transparent, highly scalable digital economies and ecosystems while solving for inefficiencies such as what exist in today's fraudulent coupon industry. SKUX can empower every retailer, consumer, and brand to realize greater value, efficiency, and trust from consumer offers, delivering tremendous value to a large financial ecosystem. So like I said, fraud and stuff like that might not be a big problem to us as a retail individual, but to these corporations, to these major businesses that are going to save, a ton of money. They will pay top dollar for something like this, for a massive use case that could provide that trust, that transparency, that validation on the idea of eliminating fraud and over redemption of something like a coupon. This is going to be huge. I don't think that people realize how big this actually could become. Okay, and we do see here the SKUX, the SKU Pay payment-based offers systems dramatically reduces energy consumption and negative environmental impacts from digitizing and accelerating offer settlements to virtually eliminating the use of paper as well. So, this is so much bigger than what a lot of people do realize. I suspect that a lot of these use cases are going to provide, billions to possibly even trillions of use cases and transactions. Okay. Now we do see here simplifying the digital interchange of value. Now this is coming from the Interwork Alliance. Like I said, pay attention to the Interwork Alliance because they're focused on a lot of things: securing DLT for the finance industry, an industry approach, no more paper tokenizing bills for lading for shipping. And of course, this is going to be focusing on a ton of things. This is pretty much focusing on everyday life. And, this might not seem like a lot of updates or anything like that in terms of a major innovative update, but overall, when we're talking about the Interwork Alliance, okay, they have a ton of frameworks from their token taxonomy framework, their Interwork framework, their analytics framework, and they also have a lot of use cases under their belt, and they have a lot of connections to major companies as well. But we look over here, Hedera Hashgraph and application partners collaborate with the Interwork Alliance on sustainability working group key initiatives. Okay, so this is more so talking about eco-friendly dApps utilizing reference architecture in their implementations. This is talking about the future of a lot of what we will see. We're talking more so about how DLTs could really change the entire ecosystem of pretty much everyday life. We're talking about EDF, we're talking about, Rectify, Suku, Dovu, pretty much all of this, right? In addition to the Hedera staff working with other members of the Interwork Alliance, or the IWA, to define the standard numerous applications building and running on the Hedera network, including those from Atma.io, an Avery Dennison digital venture, EDF, Dovu, Rectify, and Suku plan to leverage this architecture in their offerings. So this is actually going to be very interesting, to say the least, when we're talking about DLTs and we're talking about carbon negative or just the future of sustainability. Interwork Alliance members are continuously working together to articulate a path for addressing the industry's token standardization needs. And we also see here this white paper, is an important piece of work that will help standardize the ways businesses deliver anticipated voluntary ecological market tokenization benefits to the ecosystem. Our role is to define the standards needed for tokenization across sustainable initiatives. The great effort put forward by the Sustainability Working Group and the Voluntary Ecological Task Force to deliver these guidelines is one of the many initiatives we are addressing today. Okay, so, overall, when we're talking about sustainability, we're talking about scaling, we're talking about, even tokenization. This is essentially what we want. This is going to pretty much provide us with the insights on, one, how sustainability and tokenization is going to take over at rapid pace. And in my opinion, it's going to be a lot bigger than what anybody does suspect. I told you guys, tokenization, everything will be tokenized. Every individual will have some sort of connection to tokenization, because nearly everything that we utilize on a day-to-day basis, we're talking about data, we're talking about, the internet, everything will be tokenized. There's going to be so much tokenization flowing through everyday life that people are just going to think of it as, just another thing. There's going to be a lot of updates throughout this entire ecosystem for Hedera that we have yet to see, from the NDA to the legal process that still has to take place for a lot of updates and stuff. But in my opinion, the carbon negative, the carbon neutrality and stuff like that sort of idea that Hedera does offer, that's such a huge thing to leverage for an enterprise use case or an enterprise individual that is looking to build on something like Hedera Hashgraph. So in my mind, we just kind of look at this quote down here. We are pleased to contribute to this important industry initiative, especially around the areas of token specification, to define what is a carbon credit and how to provide granular auditability of tokens. It is also great validation that our ecosystem is already actively leveraging the token taxonomy initiative and native capabilities of the Hedera network to leverage tokenized carbon credits and usher in an era of transparent sustainability at scale. Again, all of this is talking about scaling. SKUX, scaling, Canopy Right, scaling. All of this is going to provide immense value. We're seeing so much, so many updates on a day-to-day basis. And I get it right now, things are looking pretty good. We're seeing a lot of assets up, 10, 20%. I don't look forward to the day where, Hedera is back to 36 cents. I look forward to the day where Hedera is worth $36. And the reason why I say that, and the reason why I believe that we could get to that point, a lot faster than most people actually assume, is because of the use cases and the value that Hedera is providing. It is the enterprise-grade DLT for a reason. It is ushering us into a new age of technology. This is the third-generation crypto technology. This isn't blockchain technology. This isn't proof of work, proof of stake. This is its own consensus mechanism. This is its own technology, right? It's patent technology. This is the future. And I know that a lot of people kind of disregard it because they do believe that it's centralized or the tokenomics are inflationary. That's not the case. Okay? Hedera is going to take this, entire market by storm. I know things are happening a little bit slower than expected right now in terms of prices because, of course, the entire 4-year cycle looks a little bit different right now. But overall, Hedera is still continuing to build out this ecosystem. Hedera is still focused on their main initiatives. They are allowing for these enterprise-grade solutions, these enterprise-grade companies that are worth billions of dollars to scale. The overall the market cap of the GC members alone is over $2+ trillion. So you're trying to tell me that Hedera, being worth $4.8 billion, is not undervalued? It's laughable to say the least. Hedera is truly going to outscale almost every other asset in the space, and I'm very excited for the future of Hbar. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.